Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to Bryar Rose. We're now on chapter 7, which is Bryar Rose. I slide into Knox's jacked up Mustang and wear my thumbnail with my teeth. Please let Elle be okay. Knox slips into the driver's seat. Instantly, his massive frame overpowers the car's snug interior. It's more than that, though. The guy has some kind of energy vibrating around him. It's hypnotic and irritating all at once. He pops open the glove compartment, pulls out a phone, and hands it to me. For your friend. Meaning he wants me to call Elle. Those are the first words either of us has spoken since Knox agreed that he's an arse. I swipe the phone out of his hand. Thanks. But the way I say that word, it sounds more like a version of screw you. I dial Ella's number and drum my fingers on my kneecaps. Knox revs up the engine and peels out onto the darkened street. The line rings 5 times before Ella picks up. Hello? Ella, it's me. Hey. She has a lazy, happy tone in her voice. Are you okay? I'm great. Why? Well, some bad things happened tonight. Specifically, I killed our group therapy leader and burned your cabin down. Maybe it's best if I come over and we talk about it face to face. Sure. There's a voice in the background, a male voice. Is someone there? Oh, that. There's a rustle as Ella places her hand over the microphone. A muffled, be quiet. I'm on the phone with Bryar Rose. Sounds in my ear. It's nothing. It sounded like something. That particular male voice registers in my memory. Is Alec there? Him? She's acting super suspicious now. Yes, him, Alec Lasham. The guy you've been not stealing from for years. Knox already told me that he was going over to your place. Sure, he's here. She makes a humming sound, which is something Ella only does when she's really happy. And? I know I shouldn't have had a snippy tone in my voice, especially since I just killed our group therapy leader and burned down her cabin, but I can't help it. An evasive Ella is an annoying Ella. And what? Asked Ella. More evasiveness. Ugh. What's going on? He's giving me a back rub. Oh. Ella is getting busy with Alec right now. I can't believe it. Mostly because Ella is the same as me. Sweet 17 never been Kiss Club. We were supposed to tell each other the minute we smooch someone. And now I have to drag it out of her that she's getting back rubs. This is not good. Oh, Ella asks. Oh, is another single word that I say in my screw you tone. Don't owe me. Another rustle sounds as Ella cups her hand over the mouthpiece of her phone. It's not like that. We've been talking, that's all. He and I have some things in common. We haven't, you know. Oh. This time my word is laced with relief. I've had enough shocks for one day. I don't need to add my best friend holding out on me on the list. You can tell me all about it when I get there. I'll try. That's another totally evasive answer. But at this point, I'm done attempting to figure out what Ella is up to. This is the kind of conversation that's best had face to face. See you soon. Bye. I end the call and hand the phone to Knox. He nods towards the dashboard. You can put it back in the glove box. Say please. I'm still not done being testy with this dude. Knox looks at me over his shoulder. Damn it, he's smiling a little. That melts my heart to touch, which is something my brain did not authorize. He follows it with a sincere reply. Please? That gets me right in the ticker. I toss the phone into the glove box, fold my arms over my chest, and turn to Knox. We need to talk. The headlights of an oncoming car highlight the chiseled planes of his face, a detail I wish I didn't notice. He sighs. Sorry about being an ass before. You've got questions. Let's talk. A little more of my resistance slips away. Damn it all. What happened back there? Who were the Denara really? I'm starting to think my initial impression of them protecting magic wasn't exactly accurate. Denarii are coins from ancient Rome. I roll my eyes. You know what I mean. Knox huffs out of breath and runs his hand along his jawline. How much do you know about the Book of Magic? I've been collecting bits of it. I've got about a quarter of it put together and translated. You do? Knox stares at me. I make shoe fingers at the windshield. Eyes ahead, Knox. Slowly, Knox turns his attention back to driving. That's why Alec and I have been getting those bits of paprika. We've been trying to do the same thing. You mean put together the Book of Magic? Yeah. We haven't gotten anywhere near assembling a quarter of the text. We just got a small part put together. About what? Nothing. He stares at me again like I hung the sun and moon. You really assembled a quarter of it? I mean, the way you talked in Alex's office, I thought you were just putting together bits and pieces of Alex Papri. Maybe you knew a phrase or two. I didn't think you knew all about the Book of Magic. I did. I do. And eyes front. I point at the windshield again. What does your part say? Nuh-uh. You answer me first. I asked you who the Denarii really are. The woman who attacked me in the cabin, she called herself a true Denarii. Knox sighs. There's no way to tell you about the true Denarii. I roll my eyes. Sure there isn't. You resemble part of the Book of Magic, so you know about the wardens and the fountain. Yes. Wardens guard 3 types of magic, all of which come from the fountain. The stuff about the wardens and fountain, that's all in the first half of the book. It's easier to read and translate. What's hard is the second half. It looks like a bunch of words strung together with no rhyme or reason. Yeah. Alec thinks that if you rearrange the hieroglyphs in a certain way, the words will make sense. It's a hidden code. Whatever is in the glyphs, that's the most important part of the Book of Magic. It's what the true Denarii want. I sink into the leather chair, contemplate this bit of news. So, we both translated parts of the book. If we merge our stuff together and then run it through some decoding programs, I might be able to find the pattern quickly enough. What does Alec think about the code? Knox grips the steering wheel tighter. It's about how to find and activate the fountain, how to bring back magic, or at least stop it from disappearing. I don't like the way he's grabbing that steering wheel for his dear life. Why do I get the feeling you're holding back on me? Because I am. Look, I don't know you all that well, and this stuff is between Alec and me. I'm telling you all I can. This is disappointing, but I get it. We've known each other less than a day, and he's told me a lot. I understand. A long minute passes before Knox speaks again. Take the internship job with Alec. There's a room in the Charm building that explains the Denarii. Okay, I will. Good. Just answer me one thing. Am I still in danger from the Denarii? He frowns. Yeah. I tap my lower lip with my pointed finger. I lied. I have another question about the Denarii. Are all of them evil? Because the girl who works at front desk on Midtown Lee seems really nice. No, someone at that low level is probably fine. There's a world of experience behind their answer, but I get the feeling it will need to wait until I start my internship. All of which is cool with me. This night has been far more than I bargained for already. Okay. Thank you. And this time, there isn't even an edge to my voice. Not that you still aren't an ass. I get that a lot. Knox tilts his head, like he's listening to someone else speaking. I look around the car. Do you hear someone? Sort of. Sometimes my wolf knocks off out another breath. He talks to me. Oh, I didn't know they did that. Not all of them do it. I'm lucky, I guess. I stare out the window and watch the lamppost fly by. The cityscape appears on the horizon. We aren't far from Manhattan now. I think through everything Knox said. The fountain, the Book of Magic, and the 3. I can't wait to get back to my Papri with all this in mind. But first, I have to tell Ella that I burned down her cabin. That won't be easy. And that's the end of this chapter of Bryar Rose. Thank you for listening, and many blessings. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to Bryar Rose. We're now on chapter 8, which is Knocks. I pull up to the curb before the Barrow Arms. A 5-story brownstone in the village. Nice. This is Elle's place, yeah? Bryar Rose shifts in her seat. That is it. Her scent turns bitter, which means that Bryar Rose is unsure how to act around me. Not that I blame her. I've been a dick to her ever since I met her. Sure, it's because I don't want her to get hurt by my semi-insane wolf, but she doesn't know that. You good getting inside? Want me to walk you up? Just because my wolf is crazy doesn't mean I'm not feeling protected myself. Bryar Rose grips the door handle. No, I'll be fine. She starts to pull down the handle, but I don't want her to leave. On instinct, I reach over and grab her wrist. Wait. Touching her skin is nothing less than electric. It's a warm jolt that I feel down to my soul. The warden marks on my back start to pulse with power. Meanwhile, my inner wolf howls with glee. Mate. Mate. I tell him to shut up while I keep staring into Bryar Rose's blue eyes. A voice comes out, all silky again. What is it? Knox? What is it anyway? It's a good question. I guess I'm still feeling protective. There are too many questions out there when it comes to Bryar. What are you going to do about your therapy group? I force myself to drop her hand. Oh, her eyes cloud over. I hadn't thought about that. Alec has contacts. We'll find some way to assign you to a new group that has nothing to do with the Denari. Maybe he can get you out of it altogether? Are you sure? This is the kind of thing Alex specialises in. She gives me a small grin, and I want to see more of that. In fact, I want her smiling all the time, and only at things that I say and do. It's crazy. And what about your aunties? You talked to them when you were in Alex's office. Are they going to cause trouble about what happened tonight? They won't suspect a thing. They thought I was going to some party and then staying over at Ella's. They won't expect me back home until Saturday at midnight for my birthday party. You're having a birthday party at midnight? I frown. I thought you said your birthday was Friday. I suppose it would make sense for the party to be at midnight on Thursday or Friday night. She shrugs. I don't know why my aunties insisted on Saturday. I'd say they're up to something, but the three of them are always scheming. You know, fairies. Right, the fear notes. Case in point, they're the only group stupid enough to go out in public in their magic autumn forms. Humans love seeing anyone with magic. If Alec ever cast a spell in public, he'd get mobbed for photos and autographs. I've seen wares in their wolf forms get asked to pose for pictures with human babies. Bryar shakes her head. This is too good to be true. Alec and his internship, the therapy group, everything. It doesn't seem real. Alec can't really do all of this. Oh, he can. He can. Alec's parents are super wealthy, and he's their only child. The family will do anything for their hair. That doesn't explain all the papri. His parents have to know what he's collecting. I shrug. They do. Bryar stares at me for a moment. Oh, I get it. Get what? Alec. He's a warden, right? My mouth falls open. This girl is sharp. I can't talk about that. You don't need to spill his secrets. I hadn't heard that any wardens officially existed, but it makes sense. They can't have families and kids. Alec's parents probably want him to have the papri so he can find and activate the fountain. Hell yeah, that's what they want. My breathing gets tight. Damn. I've forgotten she knew about the fountain and the wardens. Why wouldn't she put it together? Bryar read and translated the damn book of magic. I sigh. There's no point lying now. Yeah. Alec is a warden. That's why I'll help you. She slumps back in her seat. Wow. Don't say anything to Ella, okay? It's Alec's story to tell. I won't, she shakes her head. Poor Ella. I think she's fallen for him a little. My mouth thins to an angry line. Don't pity him. Not everyone has to have a family. He's young and having a good time. Bryar stares at me for a long minute, her eyes getting larger. My heart starts beating at double speed. What? She leans in closer. You're a warden too, aren't you? That's why your wolf is so huge. That is none of your business. The words come out far sharper than I intended. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry. I mean, you're right. You and Alec are young and want to have fun. I'm sure it's no big deal that you can't take a mate. My inner wolf goes berserk inside me. Bryar Rose, mate. I find myself snarling words at both him and Bryar. What can you possibly understand about mates and werewolves? My kind won't even consider hooking up with something that's human. All the blood seems to drain from Bryar's face. Forget I said anything. No, that's not what I meant. Before I can come up with a decent excuse, she bolts from the car. I feel like a first-class ass. My wolf growls inside my soul. Not to be mean to Bryar Rose. I have to. She's getting too close. This is for the best. I put the Mustang into driving speed away. Absolutely, this is for the best. Maybe if I keep saying that over and over, I might just convince myself that it's true. And that's the end of the next part of Bryar Rose. Thank you for listening and many blessings. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to Bryar Rose, chapter 9. I race up the stairs to Ella's apartment door. One thing about living in New York, you don't need a stairmaster. With every step, my conversation with Knox runs through my mind, like it's stuck on repeat. How can someone be so cool at some moments, and then such a jerk 2 seconds later? It's not like I was hitting on him in the car. There was no reason for him to be such an ass about the warden thing. Or maybe there was. I mean, I'm not forbidden to get married, or mated, or whatever. What do I know about how that feels? I paused outside Ella's door. I hadn't known that werewolves saw humans as disgusting, but if that's true, then where are there times when I really think that Knox likes me? Am I going crazy? I set my palms to my eyes and tried to regroup. Now is not the time to worry about Knox. It's the time to tell my best friend that I killed someone and burned a house down. Yipes. Straightening my shoulders, I knock on the door. Who is it? That's Elle. It's me, Bryar Rose. A chorus of locks click before the door swings open to a very smiley Elle. It's on the tip of my tongue to say that Alec is a warden, but I hold back. Hi, Elle. Hey, girlfriend. She's wearing her terrycloth robe, and a look of confusion on her face. What's wrong? I'm about to say everything, but the words just don't come. I need a shower. Nice bravery, Bryar. Sure, go ahead. Alec left a few minutes ago. Ella steps back and lets me in. Like the coward I am, I make a beeline to the bathroom and proceed to take the world's longest shower. An hour passes before I step back into the main part of the apartment. It's a huge, single-room deal with super-high ceilings and a bay window that looks out onto a brick wall. For New York, that's a nice view. On the main floor, there's a futon, television, mini kitchen, and bathroom. Cool posters of old monster movies hang on the walls. I'm talking Creature from the Black Lagoon, Bride of Frankenstein, that kind of thing. Ella sleeps in a small loft that's reached by a ladder. It doesn't have enough space for anyone to stand up in. But we still squeeze the mattress in there. For the village, that's luxury. I pull my own terrycloth robe tighter around me and head into the kitchenette. Sure, it's still early morning. I haven't slept in more than 24 hours, but I'm too wired up to think about resting. I mean, who can rest when you have to tell someone you burned their house down? It's not exactly a soothing conversation. I root around the kitchen while Ella sits on her futon with her feet on the coffee table and a pint of Ben and Jerry's on her laptop. She's watching Animal Planet, of all things. You feeling better? Asks Ella. She's wearing pyjamas with ninja penguins on them. I may have to borrow those. I open her freezer, grab myself a pint of mint Oreo double chocolate, and plunk down on the couch beside her. That depends on what? Hella jams a inhuman amount of ice cream in her mouth. On how you take my news. Ella speaks through a mouthful of ice cream. Hit me. Some members of the Denari are downright evil. Evil? You're talking about the Denari? The same ones that run our group? Yep, those are the ones. But they're squeaky clean, according to everything I've researched. Ella rolls some more ice cream around her mouth as she thinks, although, come to think of it, that's super sketchy. What do you mean? Everyone has something to hide. I asked for a full rundown from my street sources before I joined the group. They came up with nothing after that. Remember when we tried to hack into Madame's life? Sure. We did that when we started over focusing on my dreams. Right. We broke into every system we could find, looking for something suspicious on her. I crack a smile at the memory. We wanted to blackmail her, so she'd leave me alone in the group. It wasn't our best plan. But in our defence, it was a long weekend, and we watched too many detective movies. Let's face it, says Ella. We're pretty good hackers. We turned up a ton of information, but all of it was squeaky clean. And that is what's truly fishy about the whole thing. Everyone has something at least a little sketchy out there. You don't. And that makes my point. I'm totally bad news. I nod slowly. You may be onto something. Of course I am. You only get squeaky clean when you've been up to bad things and had them wiped away. She taps a spoon on the chin. So, what did she do to you? I debate whether to break the news slowly. But this is the kind of thing that's best to get over with fast. Like ripping off a band-aid. Last night, Madame broke into the cabin and tried to kill me. Ella drops her spoon. You're kidding me. I wish. After that, Ella launches into multiple choruses of what, and I don't believe it. And I explain how Madame attacked me and I killed her, only to have her rise from the dead, only to get killed again by Knox. By the time I'm done telling her the tale, Ella has finished her first pint of ice cream and cracked open a second. Wow, I can't believe that. I mean, I knew Madame was a witch, with a bee, but a murderer. And the Denari are really some secret cult. Yow, she shakes her head. And coming back to life like that, that's amazeballs. What kind of magic is that anyway? No idea, I wince. You still haven't heard the worst of it though. Worse than Madame being a freaky killer. I turn to Ella and raise my hand. Pinky swear you won't lose it. Ella wraps a pinky around mine. I swear. Okay. You take a deep breath in. To really get rid of the body, we had to, just burn the cabin to the ground. Maybe. Huh? Ella's face takes an unreadable look. Did you burn it to the ground? Or didn't you? Knox did the burning. But yeah, it's totally gone. Ella gives me a pinky squeeze. In that case, it's fine. My mouth falls open. What? You're not mad at me? I got your house burned down. For the record, I'd have been much angrier if you'd gotten hurt. I have other safe houses. That one was a dump anyway. It had no electricity other than that sketchy generator thing. This way, I can get it rebuilt and have insurance pay for it. I keep staring at her with my mouth open. Really? Would I lie about scamming insurance? She frowns. Only it's not really a scam, since you did, both of you, burn it down without my knowledge. She shrugs. Oh well. I'll figure out how to scam insurance another time. Besides, I never liked that place. It's got that creepy hotel nearby. The Thornhill Arms. That's the one. It's all run down and nasty and surrounded by those pricker trees. She shivers. Maybe I should just sell the land instead. Whatever you want. I finally started digging into my now half-melted ice cream. As long as we're good, we're great. Ella bobs her eyebrows up and down. Only I'm dying for more details about you and Knox. What? I jam a bunch of ice cream into my mouth to buy time. I know Ella's eyebrow bobbing routine. She wants gossip and won't stop until she has it. Please, I couldn't help but notice how he just showed up at the end of your story. I want deets. There's nothing to say. I bob my eyebrows right back at her. Unless you want to share about Alec first. Ella's face turns pink. Now I'm totally stunned. Ella is making noises. Whatever happened with Alec? It's got to be interesting. Suddenly a knock sounds at the door. Ella, are you in there? Open up. It's Lorelei. Ella and I share a shocked look. Although my aunties can track my phone to Ella's place, they never actually gotten into a taxi to visit the village. To them, the south end of Manhattan might as well be another country. Sure, they could use magic to transport over, but that would be a major spell. I've seen them cast like 2 of those in their lifetimes. Ella sets her ice cream aside and goes to answer the door. Lorelei stands outside in all grey-haired splendour. She's even wearing a pink pantsuit today, which makes her look even more flamingo-like. Where's Bryar Rose? We've been calling and calling all morning. You answer the phone, but you could never get our sweet girl on the phone. We've been so worried about her. Bryar Rose is here. She's been here all night. Ella says that so innocently, even I believe her. Want some orange juice? No, there's too many empty calories. Lorelei rushes into the condo. Bryar Rose, you're really here? Where else would I be? Other than getting attacked in a log cabin. My other aunties stream into the condo behind Lorelei. The Fanner is wearing an orange pantsuit, which should look weird, only it's Chanel, so it doesn't. Mirabella's in a crimson muumuu thing that wouldn't be my choice for her. And after all my aunties, there comes someone I'd really rather weren't here. Philpott. My fake boyfriend is wearing chinos and a rugby jersey with a collar turned up. That should be a cool look, only Philpott's jersey is yellow with a strange black stripe, which makes him look like a chiseled bumblebee. Oh, Charlie Brown, tough to decide. Lorelei stares at me. You're here? You said that already. I plunk down on the futon and kick my feet onto the coffee table. Lorelei hates when I do this, but I'm at Ella's, so she can't see anything. You have to enjoy the little victories in life. You seem surprised to see me. After looking for so long, we feared the worst. Why? I asked. It hasn't even been a full day since I last saw you all, which is totally suspicious. I'd worry that my aunties are in cahoots with the Denari, but the Denari tried to kill anyone's magic, so that seems unlikely. It wasn't only me. Lorelei pushes Philpott forward. Your prince was worried about you as well. Philpott beams. Just because they call me His Highness of Hedge Funds doesn't make me a prince to everyone. Mirabelle rushes forward to paw his forearm. It does to us, Philpott, honey. Actually, it's Philpott Herbert, Utrecht the Third. Not again. Philpott scans the room. You left the party without saying goodbye. It had me worried. And then you didn't answer my calls. I never answer your calls. Philpott sniffs. I was forced to reach out to your aunties, and we're always happy to hear from you, Philpott, honey, says Vanna. I rise and clap my hands. My aunties are like school children sometimes. A good clap helps them focus. Well, now you've all found me and I'm safe, so if you don't mind, Ella and I need some sleep. But it's early Thursday morning, says Lorelei. Ella slaps on one of her most winning smiles and tosses her long mane of blonde hair. You can almost hear my aunties think, oh, this is all my fault. I kept Bryar Rose up all night. Lorelei pats Elle on the shoulder. Whatever you did, I'm sure Bryar Rose had it coming. I raise my fist. Thanks for the love. Hush now, Ella's talking. I know that my aunties like Ella better than me, but Ella only uses her powers for good. Here's what happened. Ella scans the room, drawing everyone into her tale. I swear, you can feel the energy sparkle around her. It's got to be magic. Not that I'm complaining. Bryar wanted so badly to stay at the party. Prescott. It's Philpott, right. But she started having a terrible episode, so I took her away. Ella clasped her hand under her chin, not unlike poses I've seen on prayer devotionals. And I had another reaction, to want some quiet time with Bryar. I've uncovered an amazing opportunity for her. What is it? Asked Lorelei. You've heard of the Le Charme employer discount, says Ella. 60% off. I want to suck in a gas, but I stop myself. I know for a fact that there's no such thing as a Le Charme employee discount. We hacked into their finance systems on more than one occasion. I can't wait to see where Ella is going with this. Oh my! Lorelei's beady eyes glitter with interest. 60%. Now some fairies wouldn't care about retail discounts, but those would be the ones who can magic up whatever they want. My aunties aren't necessarily strong in magical arena, and they do like bright shiny objects. So this is of definite interest to them. I'm starting to see where Ella is going with this, and my girl is a genius. Our Bryar Rose has a chance to get that discount for friends and family. How? Asked Philpott. He looks overly interested as well, which is somehow creepy. Who's he buying jewels for, anyway? Not that I really care if he disrespects our fake relationship, but still, it's the principle of the thing. Bryar has the opportunity to work as an intern at Le Charme. That's how she'd get the discount. Ella sighs dramatically, completely setting the back of her palm against her forehead. Only, she doesn't want to do it. Now my aunt is talking quick succession as always. Lorelei starts. Why ever wouldn't you want an internship at Le Charme? What do they want her to do? Asked Vanna. There's no way she can be around other people. She can have an episode. Bryar Rose is not really ready to work with the customers or anything. That's Mirabelle. We'd be concerned about her getting a big head. Or any sense of self-confidence, it would seem. I call them out on this, but I don't want to bust up whatever con Ella's working. Instead, I decide to step in and help out, in a passive-aggressive way, to get my revenge. But I'll take it. I put on my most serious face. My job would be maintaining the rose garden on the roof. This way, there are thorns and greenery involved, which fits in with my Sleeping Beauty template. They should take that. A greenhouse on a skyscraper, asked Vanna. That sounds incredibly dangerous. What if you have an episode and fall off the roof? On a positive note, Vanna is constantly considerate of my safety. Did Bryar Rose say gardening? Asked Ella. That's not correct. Actually, she has to scrub toilets. Now, that's a more Cinderella template thing, but it just might work. Lorelei grins. That seems a little more her speed. I shiver dramatically. It's a skyscraper, aren't it? There are so many disgusting dirty toilets. That's why I'm so unsure. You'll do it. Lorelei turns to Ella. How does the discount work? I'm going to be interning too, so I'll manage everything. Actual tears glisten to Lorelei's eyes. That's so kind of you. Hey, that's just who I am. Ella's usual eyes never looked larger or more innocent than they do in this moment. Philpott steps forward. What about me? You're absolutely included, Protus. It's Philpott, Herbert, Utrecht, the third. Ella shrugs. That's what I said. Lorelei rounds on me. You must accept this opportunity, Bryar Rose. We simply can't have you sitting around all summer doing nothing. I shiver again. Just to look even more convincing in my fake uncertainty. Well, we insist, asked Vanna. You owe us. You're right. I'll help out. After all, it's the least I can do. You know, after all you've sacrificed for me. Everything is decided then. Ella opens the door and gestures the hallway beyond. Now, if you don't mind, we're off to bed. Philpott looks confused. What? Lorelei steps towards the door. Didn't you hear? Our sweet Ella has been up all night, convincing Bryar Rose to take this internship. They both need their sleep now, mostly Ella. I yawn. That's right. And in truth, I'm feeling way tired. Shouldn't she come back to the penthouse? Asked Mirabelle. Nope. I need to keep her here. Ella grins again, and I swear I can hear another silent "oh" fill the air. I'm not taking any chances with her chickening out. Can't be late for our first day. Today is Thursday, says Lorelei, mistress of the obvious. When would you start work? Fairies always find it hard to remember that there are specific days for humans to earn wages. We start tomorrow, Friday. Ella says it with conviction. I'm sure it's the truth, or it will be, soon enough. Of course, Ella. Lorelei's so happy she almost skips out in the hallway. You really are a marvel. Ella winks. This I know. Philpott starts toward me. I need to give my girl a goodbye kiss. There's that predatory look in his eyes again. Come on Saturday. Not now, says Ella. My best friend knows all about the no-touching rule. Bryar has a mouthful of cold sores. Long story. I point to my lips and shake my head. Yucky, honestly. It's all right, says Philpott. I understand. Happens to me all the time. My stomach twists with nausea. Happens to him all the time. Gross. See you later. Ella says something about the markets opening in Asia and ushers Philpott out into the hallway. The minute they're gone, Ella leans against the door. All the people in your life, they suck hard. I know. No, I don't think you do know. We keep having this talk, and you keep not wanting to see the full scope of the nastiness here. There's something wrong with that whole scene. All of a sudden, I never felt more exhausted. The last 24 hours, with no sleep, comes crashing over me. Look, I know you've got a point, but I'm way too overwhelmed right now. Can we save this chat for later? You aren't going to address the thing with your autism, Philpott? No, I won't drop this. You realise that, don't you? I point to the ladder set on the wall. Sleep first, boy talk second. Crazy aunties Philpott a distant third. So we'll talk eventually. Fine. Ella steps over to the ladder and pauses. I love you. You know that, right? My heart warms with the words. I do. And I love you too. Thanks for lying your ass off to get me that internship. I grin, although I can't help but notice you got one for yourself too, along with another line of semi-legal income. You know Alec will also pay you an insane salary, right? It's a win-win. My speciality. Well, whatever it is, thanks. I really appreciate it. My voice shakes a little as I talk. What would I do without Ella? Sleep well, Bri. I wasn't lying about starting on Friday. I talked to Alec. I shouldn't be surprised, but I am. You already set all this up? Sure, I did. Her big blue eyes narrow. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, you know. Oh, I want. Excitement zings through me. I can't wait to start my internship. And the fact that Knox promised to show me something about the denarii while it was at the charm. That has nothing to do with my level of happy here. Nothing at all. Cool with that. Ella climbs up the ladder and into a loft bed. I turn ready for some sleep action on the futon. That's not what happens though. A man now stands in my room. He's tall with a wide-brimmed hat and snarky smile on his handsome face. He reminds me of that guy from Gone with the Wind, but with salt and pepper hair. Clark Gable, that's it. The unlit stub of a cigar sits in the corner of his mouth. All of a sudden this is way surprising and even more alarming. But it's not the most dangerous part of this situation. This would be the fact that this guy is surrounded by more fairy dust than I've ever seen in my life. Now, I've seen my aunties cast a spell a few times in the past. When they do, these little sparkle of silver dust. But this guy, he's positively surrounded by a cloud of it. So strange. Magic of that level, it isn't supposed to exist anymore. It could cause some serious damage, and that is definitely something to be worried about, especially when it comes to fairies. They aren't exactly known to be predictable. That said, I haven't lived my whole life with fairies for nothing. I know you have to play it cool around them, so I give this stranger a casual wave. How did you get in here? Hella had like 1,000 wards on this place. No one is supposed to transport him without permission. I'm not no one, he grins. And I guess that answer is his way of saying that he's powerful enough to do whatever he wants. Who are you? Forgive my manners, sugar. He got a lilting southern accent. I'm Colonel Mallory, the Magnificent. Call me Colonel Mallory. Every inch of my body goes on alert. Oh no. Oh no. This is the same guy that cursed me with a sleeping sickness, the very spell that's supposed to end on Saturday when I turn 18, and now he's here again. I can't handle another curse, so I decide to call in the big guns. Ella, you want to come down here and meet our guest? Your friend can't see or hear me. Colonel Mallory flicks his fingers, and more silver particles tumble to the floor. That's why I need all this fairy dust. Keep her asleep and happy, so to speak. She's a powerful one. You know that. Powerful how? Ah, then, you don't know that. Colonel Mallory shakes his head. I shouldn't have stayed away for so long. A mistake on my part, clearly. He straightens the lapel of his dark jacket. That said, there's no point dwelling on the past. Right now, you and I need to have a little chat. I can only stare at the guy. What? You caught my name right. Colonel Mallory, the Magnificent. Yes, you're the one they call No, that's not me. Colonel Mallory flashes his palms, in a universal gesture for stop right there. And never ever call a fairy by their true name. Well, not unless you want them to show up. You're about to summon my cousin. Take my advice. Don't. He lowers his voice. Makes her peevish. Oh, okay. This is happening. The fairy who cursed me is actually standing in Elle's condo. What should I do? I'm so stunned. The words seem to form on their own. You look like Clark Gable. No, sugar. He looks like me. Colonel Mallory pulls a cigar from his mouth. You caught up with me yet? Gotten your sweet self over the shock? Because I got a lot to chat with you all about. The little wheels of my mind start spinning again. I'm on the ball once more, and I know the deal. This guy's a creep. You ruined my life. Wrong? What? You cursed me with a sleeping sickness. No, I saved you, sugar. Colonel Mallory raises his hand. My inhaler is clasped in his fingers. He tosses it in my direction. You'll need that. The world is starting to look a little hazy around the edges, so I take a puff of the medicine. This definitely can't be happening. I mean, how long does it take before sleep deprivation causes you to hallucinate? Not long. I'd guess, especially if someone tried to kill you along the way. I fold my arms over my chest. This is a dream. A really, really bad dream. You, Colonel Mallory, are an illusion. I'm not, and you know it. I take another puff of my inhaler, just to be safe. In that case, I'm losing my mind. You're perfectly sane. I came in with good news for you, sugar. What I gave you is not a curse, but a blessing. Fairies don't do blessing. Not as a rule, but you and I were different, one of a kind. And I'm here to tell you all about it. How to get back everything you lost. I lost something? More like had it placed under my protection. Huh? Are we talking about how I lost my life because of the spell you cast on me? No, sugar. Something else. My mouth falls open. Something other than being transformed into a freaking magicorum when I should have been a regular human. Colonel Mallory laughs so hard, he tilts his head back, almost loses his hat. You were never a regular anything. That's why I came to visit you. Tonight, after so many years, your life is about to turn quite strange. See, you're coming to your 18th birthday. Your powers are starting to shine through. A chill prickles across my skin. Powers? I'm human. My aunties have powers. What a pretty pack of liars they are. Colonel Mallory sets the cigar back in his mouth and gives a white-toothed smile. You wait and see, sugar. Those powers will show, or more likely, break through. Every cell in my body goes on alert. Break through how? I think you already know that. I locked up all your powers for you, good and tight. He taps the centre of his chest. Should feel like a lockbox deep in your soul. A chill crawls up my neck, the container in my soul. I feel it every time I have an episode. I always thought it was Colonel Mallory's curse, trying to break out and freeze me. But could I have been wrong? Did Colonel Mallory merely take my magic and lock it up to help me somehow? I shake my head. Colonel Mallory's a fairy and a liar. There's no way I have magic. And I don't need to listen to any of this garbage. I lived with this crazy curse my entire life. There's no way he can come in here and pretend that his freezing spell is some kind of blessing. I don't have any powers. My voice takes a desperate edge. I'm human. The only reason I qualify as Magicorum is because I was adopted by my aunties and cursed by you. Once I turn 18, The curse is over. I won't need my aunties to give me medicine. I'll be a normal human and have a normal life, a normal high school, a normal everything. My dream seems to be vanishing before my eyes. You're totally lying. Colonel Marley only grins once more. I see. Well, when you're ready to learn about your powers, just say my name. I'll be close by. With that, he takes the unlit cigar from his teeth. When he breathes, on the end, it ignites. Wait, wait. Did he just light a cigar with his breath? All of the things that Colonel Mallory has done, this is by far the strangest. I point right to his face. It's rude, but I can't help it. How did you do that? Fairies do not conjure fire. That's a shifter's skill for, I can't bring myself to say, dragons. You're quite right, Sugar. Think on it a spell. You'll figure it out. Colonel Mallory tips his hat. Good night, sweet Bryar Rose. The silver light of fairy dust slowly disappears. Along with it goes Colonel Mallory. He's gone. Vanished. I shake my head. He was here. The man who cursed my life. For a long time, I can only stare at the spot where he stood. What the hell? This situation has gone way over the edge. Clearly I need some rest. I quickly set up Ella's futon and slip under the covers. It takes me a while, but I eventually fall asleep. By the time I wake up again, I've almost convinced myself that seeing Colonel Mallory the Magnificent was all a dream. Well, almost. And that is the next part of Bryar Rose, the Bryar Rose herself. Interesting. What if he is the fairy guardian that we're missing? One of the watchmen. He could be, right? I mean, his fairy is very powerful. Possibly. What if Bryar Rose is living a lie and her aunties are the liars? Then what? Think about it. There's so many turns it could take. Thank you for listening to this episode. And many blessings.